Hey guys, it's trip number 2 for me this year, which is going to SekaiCon in Ohio. It's in Newark, which I thought was in New Jersey, but I guess there's a Newark, Ohio too. This is the first year that they're doing this con. It's kind of a branch off at SekaiCon, which I went to last year. I guess Missouri's been having a lot of problems. Did not hear that. Legal rights, I'm just hearing what I've said. But so they tried to branch off and do their own thing. So this is the first year con in Ohio. I'm very excited to go, very excited to go see friends. I got my Einsteins. I'm ready to board the flight to Columbus. And then after that, I'm just going to hang out with my friends until we head out for the con tomorrow. So since it is a newer con, I wanted to do a little video for it so you guys know what to expect, what to look for. So keep a lookout for this video. This is the first con that I'm going to be competing in the contest at since like 2017, so I'm really nervous, but really excited. So hopefully this con goes well. I really want to see it succeed, and that's why I want to put its name out there, show that it's a cool thing happening. So just hope you enjoy my journey throughout the weekends. Cheers!
That wasn't that bad. Oh no! Oh god! Oh yeah. Here. Oh, there's my money. Perfect. I think it's like kind of freestyle. Wait, what? Bounce. Yo. Or whatever that you've worked with before. Also, you can post on Instagram or like whatever social media that you might be looking for. Like, hey, does anyone know if any person is going to pictures?
So it's just like whenever someone's like, oh, do you have experience with this? And if they're a weirdo, I'll be like, hey, he's gonna take pictures of your feet and you won't even get them back. You won't even get sexy feet pictures. You'll just be trapped for 45 minutes and you get 0 feet pictures back. Basically selling them.
Cheers.
Damn, I wish I were making it.
So they have pizzas.
You vlogging?
Maybe.
I know.
Do we want to talk to the DoorDash or?
So it is SekaiCon day 2. I didn't really do a lot of filming yesterday just because I was mostly hanging out with friends who were drinking in their room, and I don't think the internet wants to see that. But it's been a fun con so far, very, very small. It is a first year con in Newark, Ohio. Beautiful, beautiful venue. So I will say arguably one of the better dealers halls I've ever seen for a small con. So I'm just going to show you guys so that you can kind of know what to expect if you come. We have got some dealers, lots of dealers actually. Oh, sorry. And it goes kind of into a little artist alley area. I will say I spent like $200 on hella merch alone. So the fortunate thing about being a has-been hell of a nerd is that that's all I want. And so while we call this really beautiful art, I save my money, kind of, and only buy if they have hella merch. But yeah, pretty awesome setup that they've got going on. Very impressed. Again, small con, so yeah, I'm excited to see what comes of it in the future. So we have this little bar area, which is really cool. It's closed until like 4, so if you have any photos, yesterday, I was doing it at night, but when I did Angel Dust in his 1920s outfit, really cute little bar area. And then we kind of walk around. We got a little pantry. I feel so like snooty walking around like this. These chandeliers are stunning. Definitely use those if you can. Yeah, here's the little main lobby. So they got some beautiful little fireplaces for pictures. Obviously, the beautiful lanterns. It's just overall a gorgeous, gorgeous location. And then the outside is the best part. So for photo shoots, worth it to come overall. Otherwise, we're going to see, but I'll let you guys know. This is the outside patio, or the courtyard, I guess you could say, where everyone is coming. It's the whole reason I came to the con, because it's seriously gorgeous. As you could tell, photo shoot heaven. Literally all the photographers are out here. Is that a Troy? Hey, it is. Hi, Hi, Vivi. How was your show? Yeah, this is where all of the cosplayers are hanging out. What a shocker, where all the photographers are. But, like, it's Cherry Hill Valley, so there better be cherry blossom trees. There's a gazebo. It's not Katsucon, but we got a gazebo. You don't have to fight over, and I personally think it's prettier. So got our little photographer's photo shoot going on. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. The whole reason I'm here, let's be real. Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Oh, tiptoe from the garden, by the garden, along the willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips. Are getting ready for the competition. They wanted us here at 4 p.m. for reasons, I don't know, because it's hard to organize a competition, but it was hot. Competitors take up like half the room, very small room. But we're gonna see how it goes. So yay! And here's let's go contest. Woo.
Treasure from the
So the contest ended, and I'm obviously vlogging. Say hi, Kara. And then there's Mario. He's drunk.
There's a whole scene where
And
stands as a
didn't win an
cigarette,
award.
right? And he sees
it's okay. Didn't think I
And
would,
then,
but
like,
it was
hangs
fun.
from
It was a
his-
little unorganized
It's like a
first year
paid actor, 'cause, like,
con.
hangs
Their
from his
awards
lip.
are so pretty though, but I'm very excited because two of the people that I photo shoots for won
For like 2
awards.
seconds.
And so now there's this little. What are you doing? Oh my god. So there's this bar that's down here that is has 3 drinks specifically for the con. They're the most disgusting drinks I've ever had in my entire existence. But they're very strong and they're very cheap. So get the fuck out. So I got the pink lemonade. It's supposed to be a margarita. It's literally just tequila and pink lemonade. But cool that they have a secret little bar down here with Sekai drinks. Fun. So we're just vibing for the night. That's vibing. This is vibing.
What did I guess? You speak of my word.
I feel like this is my designated Columbus Airport filming area because every time I'm here, I sit here and I film. But time to do my SekaiCon wrap up. I admittedly did not get a lot of footage of this con, mostly because of it being such a chill con. So I'll kind of explain that. Most of the footage would have been me and my friends drinking in a room, and I don't think that's gonna. I mean, it's fun, but I want these videos to be informational so people can come in the future. But so that's kind of how Sekai felt to me. I actually talked to some of the staff about it. The staff were all amazing. I had no issues. Everyone was super great. But it felt more like a cosplay retreat or getaway than a convention itself. And they actually said that they might do a separate cosplay retreat in the future. So why I say that is that really it was everyone, vibes were immaculate, everyone was super, super sweet, people brought their A game, great cosplays. There were obviously lots of panels, but for the most part, since it was a first year, such a small con, most of the con, from my experience, I'm sure other people did differently, but from my experience was hanging out with friends, drinking, and doing photo shoots, which is not much different than other cons for me, but it just, the vibes were different, but in a good way. So the con is at the Cherry Valley Hotel. Beautiful venue. It was really nice. I was saying that if they had done it 2 weeks later, it would have been even more beautiful, but you can't predict when cherries are gonna be in bloom. So the venue itself, as you saw in the video, gorgeous. Everyone was around the whole time doing photo shoots. Their dealer hall and their artist alley, absolutely immaculate. It was tiny a little bit. Obviously, I have that in the video too. But it was a large variety of artists, a large variety of fandoms, art that I've never seen as someone who goes to cons all across the country. I'm used to being like, oh, I have that, I have that, I have that. So all new people, that, from my experience, very, very nice. Good setup, clear, easy to explain. The panels, from what I heard, went really well. The panel rooms were a little bit crowded in the back. I know they're going to fix that. Main events was so tiny. But it doesn't help that for a first year con, half the people showed up. Like, literally, like, I think there were 30 to 40 contestants for the contest. That's big for a first year con, and half the room was contestants. So a lot of people didn't get into the contest to watch, which was kind of a bummer, but it was very well run. They did such a great job with it. The judges were all super, super sweet. I did go to the feedback panel after. That was like the only panel I went to. Awesome. They were really nice, really respectful. And there's a restaurant on site, which was like pretty affordable, pretty decent. They have a Sekai bar that's like separate that had much cheaper drinks than the normal bar, and they were themed, and oh my god, they were strong. Like, I can handle my liquor, and I wanted to die after half of a glass of one. But really affordable. They're huge on the ribbon game there, which I'm also a huge fan of the ribbon game, but I totally was too busy all weekend, so I saw people with like feet long of ribbons, and I got like 5. And I'm like, where did you all get the ribbons? So next time I probably want to go and try to ribbon hunt and do that, but I was so busy changing or doing photo shoots or hanging out with friends. So overall, it was small but mighty. That's the word I will use. They're definitely gonna outgrow that hotel probably within the next year. Like, even like at night, people just hanging out around the main lobby and the bar. It was so crowded. It is a lot of walking. That is the one downfall. I mean, not that I just like walking, but like confusing walking. So it's the setup is weird. But so to get from like one end of the hotel to the other, I never knew where my room was, and so I had to keep like heading out a different door and walking through the parking lot into a different door because it's that confusing. Even though there's like numbers on the walls, they would suddenly end, and I'm like, well, my room is past this number, so where do I go? So that was the only downfall, is like, so they had excuse me, main events and like panels and arcade and like tabletop on one side, and then on the other side was like the dealer hall, registration, all that stuff. So a little bit spread out, pretty typical, but when it's confusing, yeah. Also, I have to correct the beginning of this video because I'm not from Ohio, so I know nothing. So it's not SekaiCon, although I know there's some stuff going on there. But this was a kind of branch off or branch away from, I guess you could say, OhioCon. And Google OhioCon if you want to know what's going on. I know that OhioCon tried to sue this con for like I don't even know, but it was a branch off of that. And so for a branch off of that, it did really well. They said 1,400 attendees, which for a first year con is really big. I think they said that was like 300 less than OhioCon or something. So they're already up there. Probably a lot of people attended out of spite to OhioCon from what it seems like. But no, it was really great. The hotel staff were super great and super respectful. They called me sir. I was very happy. So yeah, would I go back if I lived here? Yes. Would I fly out from Colorado again? That's debatable. I mean, I would, because my friends and my Ohio family are all here. But if you were just coming to this con not knowing anyone, there's going to be a lot of downtime and not knowing what to do. But if you're in Ohio, I absolutely 110% recommend it. It was such a phenomenal experience. I really hope it keeps flourishing. That hotel alone was stunning. I don't think they're going to stay there long, but if they even do like cosplay retreats there, just photo shoots and stuff, beautiful. Everyone was so nice. The Ohio community is so nice. It's really brought back my love for cosplay that I lost back in Colorado. So thank you guys, Ohio. And if you're in the area, it's in Newark, Ohio, around this time, which is April. I had to think April. So check it out. Totally worth it. And hope you guys enjoyed this little informational video. Have a good one.